What is up, YouTube? I'm sweating my ass off. We just got done doing cardio. Why is my lens so dirty? So today's a rest day. Decided, you know what? We're gonna cover a couple topics today in this video. Bodybuilding, what it takes mentally, and the level of dedication. So to give you guys a rundown on everything. Yesterday we hit a new low, 186.2. We're like 0.5 pounds down from our previous prep low. So things are definitely grooving. It's funny because I took the picture, sent him to coach. I was still full, but I was blasting like grain. I was grainy. I was hard. And we basically said that that's how we want to step on stage. So we kind of maintain that from now until competition. Just rinse and repeat the same plan that we've been doing. Gonna do a little bit of posing this morning, gonna make some breakfast. I'll probably do some B-roll, and then we'll just get into some topics today, some possible Q&As for the video. But yeah, rest day, chill day. You guys are gonna see more personality, I guess, more day in the life stuff where I'm just chit-chatting with you guys. Last video, I didn't really talk. Went to Boise, got a training session in, did a photo shoot with Gym Reapers. Didn't really have time to talk. So video was more of like cinematic, I guess you could say, but I didn't share any information. So today we're gonna be sharing more information, telling you guys exactly the process of being 12 days out, since we are 12 days out from competing. NPC Nationals, I did just sign up yesterday. Shout out Mep Meals for helping me, sponsoring me and paying my entry, the majority of it at least, to compete next weekend. That's really it. Gonna go through some posing and I'm gonna just do a nasty B-roll. We're gonna do posing B-roll, cooking B-roll, and then I will see you guys for meal one. So day in the life, basically what I do, wake up, go to the bathroom, I drink some coffee, I do my cardio, I do 5 extra minutes because why not do 5 extra minutes for the haters? We do posing where I take pictures, I send check-ins to my coach, bathroom again, weigh ourselves, get our fasted weight, then we go and make meal one. I'm gonna work a little bit harder today. We're gonna do like 5 minutes of posing, 10-second pose in the front, 10-second in the back, 10-second in the front, 10-second in the back to kind of mimic stage. So that way when we're on stage, I'm not getting gassed, I'm not getting fatigued. My posing conditioning's there. We're just getting better and better and better while other competitors start to fade and get tired and reset constantly. So basically, that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna take you guys through that process. I am soaked. Basically that I got these pictures, we're just gonna run through the rounds, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Let's get it. I'm gassed the last couple of weeks. This is what we're gonna be doing a lot. Yeah, let me give you guys a little physique update real quick. This is how we're looking. We're looking pretty crispy. Legs look pretty insane too, actually. Yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna go weigh ourselves. I'll let you guys know the weight, and I'll see you guys for breakfast. Chulo for hooking us up with the homemade salsa. We hit a monster new low. This is I don't think I've weighed this much since like 2023, but I definitely haven't eaten this much in any prep either. So it's crazy that we're eating this much. I mean, you guys have seen it. We're smashing burgers on the weekly, muffins almost on the daily, hella carbs, and it's like we're staying full, but we're just getting that crispy look that I've never gotten, you know? But yeah, new low. Yesterday, we hit a new low, 186.2. Today we hit a new low, 185.2. So it's exactly where we want to be. I sent the pictures to Coach. Let's see what Matt said. He hasn't said anything. But yeah, I'll show you guys the pictures. You guys saw me posting earlier, but I'll throw the picture up right here on the video. That's the back. My back's never looked that crispy. My cores definitely never looked this crispy. Just overall, we're in a very, very, very good spot, which is gonna make burgers on Friday fun here in a couple of days. But yeah, I'm gonna smash this meal, and then throughout the day, I'll just be recording stuff here and there. I feel like I wanna talk about like what I've done, how we've approached this prep, and like the things we've done. I'm not gonna spill all the secrets, because obviously, I mean, you gotta pay for this shit, but like, I'm gonna share some secrets on how we executed everything up until this point to be exactly where we are eating this much, doing only 35 minutes of cardio, and in the best condition that I've ever been in any single prep ever. So we're pushing the least, eating the most, and we're still at our all-time best, which is actually insane to say. But yeah, I'm gonna smash this meal. Catch you guys here in a bit. It is now 2:25. We are actually gonna go get a massage real quick. One of the questions I got asked on Instagram. All right, one of the questions was, what shorts are you wearing for the comp? And I thought, you know what? I haven't showed you guys, but let me show you guys what different breed shorts I'm wearing for the competition. It's lit. These are the ones I wore for the overall. These are one of the black Mambas. These are the exact shorts I wore for the double overall. As you can see, like the texture on it is like a snake skin. I wanted to do something even more lit. These ones are fire. So we got different breed in the back, but then we got like blue lightning strikes on the front and on the back, which is gonna look fucking dope when we're all tanned up. And it's just, these ones are just, I don't know what we're gonna call them, but it's a lightning strike. As you can see, the textures, you got the different breed logo on there. So that's the board shorts I'm gonna wear for the competition. But as right now, they go right back on the rack. Yo, was good. Okay, I gotta make a stop. I'm gonna just hold the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna just hold the camera here while we're chit-chatting. Winter is finally here, bro. Look at that view though. Like, that shit is beautiful. That shit's insane. We got the goods. We got Velos for the next 24 hours. No, I'm just kidding. We also got a straw bango ghosty. Oh, that ghost tastes great. What got you into bodybuilding? So honestly, what got me into bodybuilding, it's crazy enough, a while back, we're talking like 2018, I did a competition with one of my boys. His name's Federico Llanos, my boy. It was funny because we were both kind of like athletic, we were kind of going to the gym. Fed was in a lot better shape than I was. Like, I was kind of put it into lighter terms, I was kind of a foodie and a fat ass. So like, I was probably sitting at like 15% body fat and thought I was shredded. We were like 6 weeks out and we were both like, F it, dude, let's send a competition. So we both kind of like followed kind of bodybuilding, but the way we trained and stuff in the gym was bodybuilding. So we were like, screw it. Men's physique division was fairly new still. I think it had like 4 or 5 years, like actually is like a division. So we were like, let's do men's physique. In that competition, Fed took first in novice, fourth in open. I took fourth in open and fourth in novice. And ever since then, well, then I went on a little bender, so did Fed, kind of got out of bodybuilding, took 2 years off, and then we both kind of came back, I think the year that the whole world kind of shut down, 2020, 2021, something like that. So since then though, from 2020 to 2023, so those 3 year spans, I think I did 7 shows in that matter of time. Constantly trying to get better, constantly trying to make improvements, but not necessarily taking time for an off season to actually grow. Every year I'd get done with competing, go through a little health phase for 6 months, start prep, say I would need a cut because my insulin sensitivity was effed, start cutting just to, like, you know, it's good for coaches to, like, sometimes they need to deploy mini cuts because their clients might get a little too fat. That was definitely me. But then instead of just doing a mini cut and then going right back into a growth, I would start a prep, basically. I'd be like, okay, I think I got what it takes. In that time though, we lost 6 overalls. I was in 6 straight overall battles. So I won first place in my class every single time, but I'd always lose the overalls. It kind of broke me a little bit, and I was like, I'm not doing nationals. This is back in 2023. I'm not doing nationals. I was broken. Dude, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like if I get my ass kicked, like the second I walk off stage, people can realize it. Cause like I'm so invested in my craft that I want to be my absolute best 24/7. And sometimes that's just not how it goes, you know? So got my ass kicked. My wife was like, you still need to do the nationals. I'm glad I did, because after nationals, I think I took 10th in men's physique out of like 14 people. And then classic, I was dead ass last call outs on the very end, never got moved. I think it was just get these guys on stage, get them off of stage. Like, these guys are wasting our time kind of shit. But since then though, that's when I finally took like my first off season, and I took 2 years off from the stage. I got with Matt. I'm giving you guys a whole rundown of my history. I got with Matt. I guess this will answer one of the other questions. The other question was, it seems like you and Matt got like one of the questions here. Let me look it up real quick. Seems like you and your coach work great together. So yeah, after nationals, I think I did stuff on my own for 6 months, and then I got with Matt, and then we worked together. We went through a growth for like 8 to 9 months, and then from there we competed and we won 2 overalls, the classic and men's physique at the Utah Cup. And then it's been 8 months since then, 9 months now since then, and we've just been working on bringing in this package for nationals. So that's kind of the rundown of the history of my bodybuilding career. I love bodybuilding because it gives me a purpose. It gives meaning behind going to the gym, rather than just going to the gym to get fit or going to the gym to hit PRs. Like, yeah, those things were a passion of mine. Like, I did love smashing 1 rep maxes and those kind of things, but nothing feels better than looking dope, being strong, and then like showcasing it on stage. I just love it, simply. But yeah, that was a long ass rant, but that is what got me into bodybuilding. And to touch more onto me and Matt's relationship as like a coach-client, long before we became coach and client, he actually wanted to like, oh, I'll just help you with your prep and be like a second pair of eyes. I was like, no, dude. I tend to become a stress case towards the end of prep, to where I always end up like pushing way too much. For nationals, I did 80 grams of carbs for 4 weeks straight, doing like 2 hours of cardio. Like, and I weighed the exact same I do now, and it's just a complete different fullness, complete different density look. I just pushed myself into the ground too much, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, we can kind of collab. I was like, no, dude, I just want to give you the reins on everything, because I'm a coach as well, but it's hard to coach yourself. You're your own worst critic. When you're in the last weeks, you're always going to think you're fat. So I was like, take the reins, and he did. And so we were bros long before that. But now, like, I am so grateful, honestly, that I got with Matt, because he showed me
that sometimes it's not always about pushing harder and harder and harder. Yeah, you have to push. Yeah, you have to grind. It does suck, but there's a time and a place for pushing hard, and there's a time and a place for pulling back. And with my body specifically, I do really well eating a lot of food, doing very minimal cardio, and my body just it's a lot happier and does exactly what we want when we have it in that position. But Matt's a dog, dude. Like if I had to tell anybody, like if anybody came up to me in Utah and Idaho and they're like, I need a coach, who would you recommend? Obviously, I would say me. But on top of that, like I would honestly say Matt, because that dude knows his shit. He's leveled up my physique tenfold, more than I could ever imagine leveling it up in just a matter of like a year and a half. I mean, dude, for example, I'm gonna throw up these 2 pictures that I just shared on Instagram. Like that right there, those 2 pictures, that's what we did in 8 months of a health phase. A health phase. Like we weren't pushing gear. We were very minimal on everything. It was just a clean reverse out of show, capitalize on the food, push more food, keep our metabolism ramped up, and just execute the training. Because that's another thing that Matt made me do, was change up my training. Like I told you guys, I was in that 1 rep maxes. I was deadlifting. Thankful I deadlifted, because now I got the lower back density and that back density that a lot of competitors need. It created a lot of injuries and put me in spots. I wish I would have trained, basically. What I'm trying to say is I wish I would have trained the way Matt has me train 5 years ago, because I would already be pro and I would already be next level. This ain't newbie gains, you know what I'm saying? Like usually these kind of, my coach said it perfectly, usually these kind of transformations are 12 to 24 months of like multiple push phases, multiple health phases. We did that shit in 8 months in a health phase, literally. And it was just tremendous growth. I couldn't speak more highly of Matt. Great attention to detail. His check-ins, he's always on top of his check-ins. Every client that I've seen with him has only leveled up. You got to be a good client though, and you got to be susceptible to receiving those critiques from a coach. If he says you're training shit, you're training shit. You need to stop cheating, you need to stop cheating. Because he knows you hired him to be the guy to take you to that next level. So why not listen to him? Why fight what your coach is saying if his best interest is that you win, that you bring your best physique, you know? So that's just some food for thought. Another question, what has been my mentality these last few weeks? Whew, that's a big question. I'm not gonna lie, the second I walked off stage in April, I told Matt I want to win the overall at Nationals. Granted, that happened or not happened, that's what we've been working for. And I think if you're a competitor, a true competitor, working for anything less than being the last man standing, yeah, bodybuilding is about beating yourself, showing up better, but you need to go into every training session and every meal, every sleep, everything needs to go into that one goal of being the absolute best on stage that day. And I think if you don't hold yourself to those standards, then you're not gonna get anywhere close to your maximum potential. So if I win, I mean, that's what we said we were gonna do. If I don't, and I still look sick and I still look dope, I'm just gonna be just as happy. At the end of the day, it's funny, I was just talking to Brock about this. I was like, at the end of the day, when I walk off stage and I see like stage shots, I wanna be fucking proud and happy of the way I looked and posed and the way we brought my physique in on show day. So for me personally, that's my ultimate goal, is to bring my absolute best. And I know my absolute best is gonna be competitive. The mentality behind this whole last few weeks, yes, I'm grinding to be the top dog. Yes, I'm doing the cardio, and while I'm pedaling, I'm thinking I gotta be the top dog. Like when I'm posing conditioning rounds, like you guys saw this morning, to be the top dog. Everything you do as a competitor is to be the number one guy, but you also can't put that much stress, I guess you should say, on yourself if that's not what happens at the end of the day. My mentality is if I give my all, we bring our best look. There's no little hiccups and fuck ups the last week. If we bring my best, let's say I don't even get a pro card, I get second, third, fourth place. I know it's just a matter of time. I'm gonna be proud of the package I brought. Accepting that, I think, eliminates a lot of stress that I usually tend to impose on myself. And if this is the best spot I've ever been in a prep, being 10, 11 days out. So I'm happy. I love the work we've done. I know we're coming in dialed. That alone puts my mind at ease, and I know that if not this Nationals, if we don't win our pro card this Nationals, I know it's going to be very, very, very soon. So just going into it with that mentality is the way I want to approach this prep. Nonetheless, for the next 11 days, I will fucking be giving my all to be the top dog. I will pose rounds. I will hold my poses when it comes stage time. Everything will be fully dialed in. And I know that that package is going to be fucking competitive. I can promise you guys that. I'm a competitor at the end of the day, and I want that top spot. Anyways, I'm going to go get that massage. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
There we go. So basically, we got our massage. We're done with our meals for the day. It is now 7:26. Say what's up to Chula.
What's up to Chula? Okay.
Say what's up, chat.
What's up, chat? Goodness.
It's a YouTube vlog.
Oh.
Say. What are a couple of tips that you would give somebody that's just getting started into bodybuilding? One, hire a coach. Somebody that's been in the game for a fat minute, not somebody that's taken second or third or fourth place at a regional show. Somebody that's been in the game for a fat minute and has either a track record of his athletes winning, him winning, or there could be a mix of both. That would be number one. Number two, take the necessary time, be in an off season to grow. The stage is always going to be there. You're only going to elongate how good you're going to be by competing nonstop. So if somebody that needs to add on 10, 15, 20 pounds of tissue, you're going to have to take a long off season. And what better than to do one show, maybe get your feet wet, see if it's actually something you like, and then going into a 2-year off season where you execute an off season like you do a prep. I think that's one of the big things that a lot of athletes mess up on is the second they walk off stage, they have all this motivation to get better, to want to make improvements, but that motivation slowly fades away 6-8 weeks post show when, hunger's gone, they're a little bit fatter, they start effing off. And I feel like that's one of the big reasons why I've leveled up my physique so much in these last 8 months is because from the second I walked off stage, I told my coach, we're going to win. That's all I want. And it was like, we nailed our reverse. I mean, I was still fairly lean 8 weeks post show. Hunger signaling was still high. We were eating a shit ton of food. All the improvements that we made was just honestly because our reverse and my discipline carried over when motivation disappeared. A lot of people want to compete, but that motivation to compete, get on stage only lasts so long before it becomes taxing because it's so regimented and you have to wake up, do cardio and take check-ins every single week and prepare all your meals and eat the same shit every day. And it's very, very monotonous, but that's what builds good bodybuilders is being monotonous, being consistent, and treating an off season like a prep, and just being fucking locked in year after year, months after months, day after day, and you're just executing at the highest level. Last thing is definitely I would say hire a posing coach, because there is a lot of dudes that I've seen backstage that I'm like, that is one big ass dude and he is carrying a lot of muscle with great structure, great frame, great aesthetics. And then I look at the stage shots, I'm like, that dude posed like absolute dog shit. Like that happens so often. That is something that also I would do if I was a newbie, is I would learn how to pose. So that way when you walk on stage, you're posing, you're able to show a lot more than you actually have, but at the same time, you're outposing people that are 10 times bigger than you. But yeah, that's my 3 tips. That's really it for the video today, guys. It was a lot of bullshitting, a lot of talking, a lot of mentality stuff. Tomorrow morning, we are gonna train with Chase. Matter of fact, let me call Chase real quick. Deuces, guys. Smash a like. If you guys like this video, honestly, like these type of videos where I'm talking more, then let me know. I mean, my comment section is fucking crickets. If you guys like this video, smash the like button, drop a comment. I'm gonna be dropping another video probably this weekend. We're just cranking these bad boys out. I'm gonna be more consistent with this. But yeah, that's really it. Deuces, love you guys. Big size out, 11 days out. We're bringing our best. Catch you guys on the next video.